Hi there everyone. So this is a bit of I think I'm going to be preparing to do an intuitive read on Madeleine McCann. If you know my readings, I've done one intuitive read which was on the submarine, the Titan submarine. And it was very evident that I was having the teen boy come through. I had no idea about it. If you tune into the submarine, you'll find that I didn't. And I knew that past this, and I mentioned in that reading that people or channelers will eventually, he's going to come through to a lot of channelers that he feels comfortable with, because I was getting him coming through. I didn't go down that route, although I did voice some of what was coming through to me, and I said I might do a second version. But I did say, after this reading, I'm sure a lot of channels, I did say that I think he would come through. And after my reading, because I did it straight up before there was an outcome, before there was even more media on, elements of what could have gone wrong, and I was going to do a second intuitive read. You can check that out, because what I'm trying to say is my style of reading, and it's not to jump on the bandwagon of what news is. Back in, I think it's May or 2-3 months ago, I again, via YouTube, opening YouTube, where there's bulletins going across your page as you scroll down your feed of whoever you subscribe to, or in general, when I click to my channel, I'd see bulletins of Madeleine McCann, and I was like, Sky News, okay. And it was like they have a new suspect. And this suspect is someone who's a prisoner, apparently. And that they found new evidence, something about a phone. And then I saw that they are now searching a lake or a sea. And I found myself really rattled, because I don't really watch news. I was like, now they're searching certain places they mentioned. I'm going to dive into this a bit more. And then after that, I was like, I wonder if I need to do an intuitive read, because I've been getting stuff and I think things need to be straightened out. I think 2 days later, it was still very much on my mind, and so was possibly Nicola Bully after that, after a couple of weeks. So that might be another intuitive read I do. And I woke up, my crown chakra was just, all day I could not function. It was very heavy and I had to protect it. What I'm trying to say is, it's something that I do not have full details of. And obviously at the time I did hear of it. I'm very also not like, oh, this is the parents, or this is an abduction, or whatever it is. But for me, I'm getting, it's either Madeleine spirit, I'm being pushed to do this intuitive read. And I say this because at the moment it's silence again. But I believe there's certain things that I'll go into at the beginning of the read that are calling me to the read. And I'll see if that's going to come up in the reading. We can see together. I know that I think people have tried to connect with her, or channels. And what I understood at that time is that she was very quiet and reserved. My reading is going to be, when I say preparing, I won't be studying it. So again, I'm going to come with possibly where you're going to fill some gaps. But I think that's the nice thing of it, because I don't want to come with biased ego of other channelers. Like I mentioned, I think I saw a clip of a channeling a while ago, a few years ago, and that she was quite reserved. How trusted this channeler is, I do not know. But for me, it's about elements of the crime. And I'm getting pushed in this direction. And I don't know if it's because, again, it's a young voice. Like last time, it was about the teen kid came through. If I feel the energy come through, I will tap into it. And it might not be the first one I do, all right? But I obviously am being called because there's an element that I think needs covering. And there's missing pieces that are not making sense to me. And but I'm going to look into like the date of birth, numerology as I kick it off. I'm not going to be looking at investigators or anything like that. I know a lot of people said about the parents. I might watch a clip about the parents in a interview a long time ago to see if I can see energy. But again, I'm coming in neutral. But I do feel like there's something missing. And with regards to the person they've got as a suspect at the moment, I'll go into that as well in terms of my feelings towards that. I think I'm being pushed in this direction because there's a lot of people that jump on the bandwagon of things that are popular to do so. And there's something about when you're dealing with people, when you're dealing with real cases in the spirit world, you need to be authentic and you need to be true and you need to be doing it to give a voice, to find a solution. And that's why I'm going to be doing it. And so, yes, I might not be your juiciest, but there has to be a bit of genuinity and authenticity. I'm not someone into celebrity gossip. I don't like to watch the news. So I just wanted to let you know. I've been thinking to let you know for a while. So just going back a point. At that stage, I was kind of, let's do this. And then in July, I travelled. I had to go somewhere. I had to visit family. And it's come back to me. It's just come back to me out of the blue. And then I was on Amazon for something and a tarot deck came up. And it was like, you need to use this tarot deck as well as what you was thinking of using. So I'm going to probably wait for that tarot deck. It's due on the 8th or 9th. And then I'm going to jump into it. I don't really prepare or study so that it's very authentic. It's very... So it might go from something to something. But I do have questions. And that's why I'm going to tap into those questions. I hope if you checked out the last intuitive read and you decided to subscribe because you enjoy intuitive reads, let me know in the comments. And I hope you join me for this and let's see if we can bring some light, because I also have something else to say as to Madeleine, God bless her soul, is not the only kid. Yet I believe, so what I'm trying to say is I believe there's a bigger reason here. I do believe there's going to be outcomes here. And I believe there's lessons and other stuff to come forward. So I'm going to keep it non-ego based. I'm going to be neutral. And I'll tell you more in the beginning of the intro before we kickstart the reading.